I'm Siva Prasad Reddy, Chairman of CII Telangana and Managing Director, Rajamallu Foods Private Limited. I welcome Mr. Y. Nagareddy, IPS, Director General, Telangana Fire Disaster Response Emergency and Civil Defense Department, Government of Telangana. Mr. Nikhil Chakravarti, IAS, Director, Commissioner of Industries, Government of Telangana. Dr. Vinay Kumar Gupta, Assistant Drug Controller, India, CDSCO, Zonal Office, Hyderabad, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. Mr. Rajgopal Rao, Director of Factories, Government of Telangana, and Mr. K. Rajabanu, Director General, Pharmaceutical, and my Chakravarti, AVPS, Convener, CII Telangana Pharma and Life Sciences Panel, and Chairman and MD, EcoBliss India Private Limited, and Mr. Gautam Reddy Garu, Vice Chairman, CII Telangana, and Vice Chairman, Sustainability Limited, and Mr. Anil Epur, Past Chairman, CII Southern Region, and my Director, Sheikh Samuddin, CII Telangana, friends from industry, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of CII and on my personal behalf, I welcome all of you for this maiden edition of Conference on Pillars of Protection, Building a Fortress of Safety in Pharmaceutical and Chemical Manufacturing. It's a great subject. In fact, when Chakravarti Garu suggested this, I said, yes, this is the need of the hour, because we have a lot of pharma industries and chemical industries within Telangana. We need to do this awareness program. So I must thank and congratulate and once again for joining us. And I'm sorry for the delay by 30 minutes because of some exigencies. So I welcome all of you once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my chairman. Good morning, all of you. The hall is very silent, just like the topic today. But it's a grave topic. It's a very interesting topic. And I'm so happy that you come in big number, all the decision makers across the industries. Thank you so very much. Well, as my chairman, Mr. R.S.P. Reddy Garu told, it's more of a passion, actually, how we have been in a day-to-day. This topic, the safety, we all talk a secondary side. But before that, let me welcome once again Dr. Nagareddy Garu, IPS, our chief guest of the day today. Is the Director General of Telangana Fire Disaster Response Emergency and Civil Defense Department, Government of Telangana. And the young charismatic the bureaucrat, another Chakravarti, Mr. Nikhil Chakravarti, IA and EAS, who has taken over a very pivotal key position, the Director of Commissioner of Industries, Government of Telangana, very key to our success for the growth of Telangana industries. And Mr. Rajagopal Garu, the Rajagopal Rao Garu, Director of Factories, which is very pivotal for all of us in this juncture. He is the Director of Factories for the Government of Telangana. And my friends, the Assistant Drug Controller, All India, Dr. Vinay, and the dearest friend and the most influential leader in the pharmaceutical segment these days, the Director General of Pharmaceutical Export Promotion Council India, the most recognized council under the aegis of Ministry of Commerce and Industries, the Government of India, been doing Herculean efforts in raising the exports of India and upkeeping the brand, the pharmacy of world, India. And my colleagues, Mr. Gautam Reddy Garu, the Vice Chairman of Resustainability and also the Vice Chairman on our board, CII Telangana. And most importantly, my dear mentor and mentor of all seasons for the last 50 years, he has been engaged with the industry. He is the past CII Chairman of Southern Region, the Anil Kumar Epura Garu, who has been a mentor for all of us. And my colleague, Mr. Sheikh Samiuddin, Director of the CII Telangana. I'm just looking at if I missed anyone. I hope I have not missed anyone. So, and importantly, and thank you, Mr. Daniel, who has been eyes and ears of this program from the beginning, and the entire CII Secretariat team. And most importantly, my dear friends, the heads of regulatory, heads of operations, heads of the quality, logistics, and whatnot, across all the gamuts of the pharmaceutical and chemical manufacturing today. The most importantly, all the speakers who have come from other parts of India also, and also from many, both in formulations and APIs and bulk drugs also, you're all there today. And really, I can't, I'm finding short of words to thank you. I know how to come out of the operations when you are working in the shop floor, when you are working in the offices of most important, the pharmaceutical sector. But you all felt it is so important. In fact, even before I came, I saw around 60, 70 people already at 9 o'clock, even though the program is at 10. In fact, for your information, we refused registrations for almost 250 people because we contained this for the quality and the connected people, not all the people who are service providers, we are just consultants and others. Due regards to them, because I told them there is another opportunity for all of them also. But today we wanted to have a serious discussions among ourselves on this topic, which is very pertinent. And formally it is with immense pride and deep sense of responsibility that we introduce the pillars of production, the forging a safe future for pharma and chemical manufacturing conference. And it's happening today. This pivotal event reflects the Confederation of Indian Industry's unwavering commitment. I already told, when I told about the theme, my chairman has patted my back and you must go ahead with this kind of initiatives. Thank you very much once again to my chairman and also my board of directors. The advancing the pharmaceutical and chemical manufacturing sectors, key drivers central to India's economic growth and its role in global healthcare. My dear friends, the inspiration for this conference arises from both urgent challenges and emerging opportunities within our industry over recent years. We have seen a growing imperative to address the safety gaps, navigate increasingly stringent regulations, and integrate innovation, all while meeting global demands for secure and sustainable manufacturing, my dear friends. Well, from industrial mishaps to the rapid evolutions of technology, the message is very clear. We must proactively build a safer, more resilient future. Well, my friend, I recall something I learned almost 4 decades ago. Can I tell one instance? I think I started my career almost 1985, March 4th, exactly 40 years ago. And the guy who is taking the award is me. I was so passionate on the safety And I won all the 3 awards which were there, first prize, essay writing, slogan writing, and also the theme. All the 3 first awards. I joined as an electrical engineer at that time in AP Paper Mills in Rajamandri. And next 4 years when I worked there, I became mentor for conducting this program. So when you talk about the safety, unsafe condition and unsafe act, you all are aware. But very simple, unsafe condition is what? A spilled over milk or spilled over water on the floor by a toddler in your house. But in your house, there are senior citizens also living in. And we neglect it without wiping it off. And suddenly somebody steps onto it and slips, and you'll be bedridden for 6 months. That's a simple example of unsafe condition. Look at a manhole which is uncovered. That is a simple unsafe condition. Similarly, unsafe act. Can you believe there are tens of thousands of people are either getting injured or getting their lives lost while texting, while crossing the road or walking on the road. We see regularly. This is unsafe act. Those are simple examples. Anyhow, the industry is a different scenario. But the basic starts from there only. I learned those things, and I recall those memories very fondly. In fact, that was the founding the initiative. I took this initiative with the permission of our chairman. When I am so passionate about this topic, we are talking about a dry topic, but during the day, you're all going to witness the deliberations of the experts also. The accidents happen in industry primarily due to unsafe acts and unsafe conditions. These are the basic things. The simple truth has stayed with me throughout my career and resonates even more today as we navigate complex environments where one lapse can have wide-reaching consequences. Well, my dear friends, this conference aims to bring together thought leaders, innovators, and regulators to not only examine these risks, but also to design proactive solutions. Our focus areas include the safety protocols and risk management in manufacturing, the building resilient systems to protect workers and infrastructure, and then we have innovative technologies for enhanced safety, the showcasing AI-driven monitoring, smarter automation, and predictive maintenance. Well, the regulatory compliance and excellence, we're talking about this afternoon, we are talking about exploring strategies to meet international benchmarks while nurturing culture and accountability. Well, case studies on transforming industry practices as well will be presented. In fact, Dr. Nagareddy Garu is so kind enough to be there, not only deliver his inaugural speech, but also over the coffee break, he is going to present us a very scintillating presentation from his side also. I think we are very grateful to you, sir, on that. So the event will feature expert-led sessions, interactive panels, and forward-looking discussions. It's our collective responsibility to ensure that every manufacturing facility becomes a beacon of protection, where safety, sustainability, and operational excellence go hand in hand. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to our CII Telangana team once again, with special thanks to our chairman whose support gave shape to this initiative. I'm equally grateful to all our speakers, learned speakers, delegates, and partners also for aligning with this shared purpose. The conference souvenir also, which will be there in your hands in a moment, reflects our core values: unite, innovate, safeguard, transform, and features profiles of all our learned contributing experts as well. I invite you to lend your voice also to this noble cause and the critical dialogue in the coming days and help shape an industry where safety is not just a compliance requirement, but a cultural cornerstone. Thank you very much, sir. With this, the theme address, I would request Sri Rajagopal Rao Garu, the Director of Factories, Government of Telangana, to say a few words on that. Thank you very much once again. I'll be in connect with you.
Distinguished dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, my namaskars to all of you. It is my privilege to be here as a guest for this today's inauguration session of these Pillars of Protection, forging safer future for pharma and chemical manufacturing. So for any stability of any building, minimum 3 pillars are required. A building cannot be safe with a single pillar or 2 pillars. So normally, overhead water tanks, so they will be built with one pillar. But for buildings, it is not advisable. So for big buildings, more pillars are required. There will be so many pillars for any organization, for any society. So safety is one of the pillars for running a chemical factory or pharma factories smoothly or easily. So normally, you're from the industry, pharma and chemical industry. We all always aspire that we must be comfortable and we must be free. So when that freedom and comfort will come, so if you have good systems in your business, in your factory, so I think many factories are having many safety management systems in their factories. So those safety managements, including safety policies, vision, mission, and SOPs, safety documents, and work permits, like that, so many things, do's and don't do's, all these are safety systems you introduce in your factories. Whether these safety managements are reliable or not. So that you have to check, that you have to review. A review is continuously required by all levels. Don't think that workers do not know anything, because they're at the field level, they know very well. So we have to take the workers also into confidence, and we have to involve the workers. So that's why in Factories Act, safety committees are there. So workers, if we involve them, they will not disbelieve the management. They will understand the problem, and they will bring the problem to the notice of the higher levels, and that problem can be solved. So, as rightly said Mr. Chakravarti, safety, it should become way of our life, safety culture. Safety culture should become our way of life. So compliance, of course, if it becomes the culture, then compliance will become easy. So otherwise, if the management do not involve the workers, like lower level people, with the trainings, of course, in systems, training is also most important. So if you do not involve, so that compliance will develop instead of compliance. So compliance is most important in any factory. Even I told you, so safety is one of the pillars, production is another pillar, quality is another pillar. So customer is also your pillar, and marketing people also pillars. So if you do not have marketing for your product, demand for your product, no one will buy your product. So you cannot run the business. If you do not, if the quality is not there, they don't buy. So like that, even if child employment is there in your factory, your customer will not give you an order. He cannot give any order to you. So like that, nowadays, the system is driven, so your business should run by the system, not by the people. So system should take care of your business. And your customer, so this earlier, in 40 years back, or 20 years back, or 30 years back, so the managements were looking towards they were taking the guidance from the authorities, government agencies. And government departments were controlling them, and they were guiding and controlling them. Now the customer is controlling the business, not the authorities. So if you do not reach the standards, your customer will not give you order. So that's why you have to be more vigilant in maintaining the safety compliances. So now, that's why in many managements are saying that safety is first. So even if it becomes third also, I don't bother. But compliance is must. Because some people will give first priority to production, and some people will give to first priority to quality. Because without that production and quality, they cannot survive. Sustainability of the business is also most important. So that's why whether you rank first rank, whether you give first rank to safety or third rank safety, I'm not bothered. So that's why nowadays, so grading has come introduced in the education system also. So we should not bother about the ranking. We should bother about the compliance. That is most important. And secondly, next, for chemical industries, you'll be handling so many hazardous substances like corrosive, toxic, flammable substances. And you have to educate your workers, give the information or bring the awareness to your workers on MSDS, properties of the physical and chemical properties of the chemicals you are handling. That is most important. Otherwise, you cannot achieve the compliance, and so you cannot achieve the safety compliance. That will become a big problem. So don't think that, so normally in olden days, if we bring awareness, that worker will not work, or so it will become a big problem. Like that, people are under that impression. Don't be under that wrong notion. If you do not give the impression, give the full information, sufficient information, and training to the workers before attending that work, you will invite problems. If you wanted to invite problems, don't educate. If you wanted to avoid problems, educate the workers. That is most important. And any delay and deviation cannot be accepted. So normally, sometimes people will deviate the procedures, standards. So that is not, that cannot be accepted. So don't don't accept the delays and the deviations also. Deviations also most important. So then in chemical factories, pharma factories, so even in oil industry also, these gases and all these liquids and gases. So they're all highly flammable, and they are static also. In Vizag LG Polymers industries also, they did not, that styrene, they did not take care of that toxic properties of that styrene. They were under the impression that is not a toxic substance. So monomer, if you do not use, if it is not preserved in cooling condition, and if it is not consumed in time, so that will become polymer. So that polymer is highly toxic. Monomer is not toxic. So that's why we have to consume that product so timely. That is also most important. So that's why in many factories, first come, first use. They will use the material which comes to the factory first. So then only they will consume the second item. So second batch. So like that. So you have to think, have good systems in your factory. You have to anticipate the danger and introduce good systems in the factories. So again, static LCT is the big problem in pharma and chemical factories, because most of the chemicals, so they're static, and so many accidents are occurring in factories, chemical factories, due to static LCT and causing flash fires. If the workers do not use PPE, so they will be receiving burn injuries and dying. So more accidents are occurring in pharma factory due to this static LCT in pharma factories or chemical factories. So that's why. So if normally managements will focus mostly focus on these, if they totally focus on chemicals, and general safety also sometimes they're missing. In one of the big factories recently, one worker has fallen from the height. So he has used the work permit system was there, and he has tied up his safety belt to a rigid fixed portion, but that due to that welding has lost. So welding was not proper, and he has fallen along with the belt, harness belt. So unsafe condition. So like that, so you have to focus on each and every small thing also. So that you don't compromise in safety. So if you compromise on safety, so actually in many factories, in small factories also, Recently, in one factory, not recently, 1 year back, one factory, they were handling hazardous waste. So that it caught fire due to that static LCT, and the entire factory got gutted, caught fire and gutted. And he has constructed a new factory, and he has provided all firefighting equipment in the factory, so well built, and provided all safety firefighting equipment. But he has not trained his people. So again that factory caught fire, and again not entirely damaged. So he has not reported to the fire service. So neighboring factory fellow has reported to the fire service people, and their workers were unable to fight the fire. So first aid, firefighting equipment was there, and they were not trained. They were unable to attend that fire. So training is also most important. And so these managements are not having any idea. If they invite the fire services authorities, they will give them and they will come and give free training, but they are not using them. And even the suppliers also will give training, so they are not using them. So this is all these kind of things will arise. So even if you provide provision of any equipment, latest equipment also, is not having any use. So maintenance and operation, O&M, that is also most important. So if you construct a beautiful house, so again, if you do not follow these small things like spilling of water and all these small things, so accidents will take place. That's why. So be careful, and so don't be hurry in your work. Hurry, worry, and curry.
Thank you.
These three things will decide your life, decide our life. Thank you very much for giving me.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rajagopal Rao. I know you have been a pioneer, and also whenever you visit factories, you have been advising people to take most preventive actions rather than corrective actions after the incidents happen. You have that distinction of advising the factories to be corrective right in the word go. And as you rightly said, I think as long as we avoid these unsafe conditions, I think we can avoid most of the accidents. Thank you very much for your kind message. Next, I go to Dr. Vinay Kumar Gupta. It's very important today in today's perspective. The regulatory aspects, he is Assistant Drug Controller of All India, the Central Drug Standards Authority, CDSCO, his Zonal Office in Hyderabad, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank Chakravarti Garu for coming to our office, inviting us, and CIA, and thanks to my TDCI who newly came after and CGI. With respect to safety, this is the very good topic you chosen, sir, because whenever we are going for inspections, and already I told my inspectors, whenever you are going for any industry, at least pick one safety issue and write in report. If they will write, the industry will take care of that. One writing, one safety issue is a bigger change in coming time, sir. Second, sir, what we have found during inspections, you have 300 employees in a one shift, but assembly point is only one. In case of any untoward incidents happens, how you will count the employees' heads? If you are counting 10 people from QC, 10 people from QA, 50 from production, and again they will intermixed. We will never know how many people are trapped inside. And even one Ram Shyam came outside, but people don't know where he is. So again, to see that fellow, one safety fire officer or may someone will go inside, even though he is outside. So your assembly points must be dedicated along with departments. We have written several observations. People knows also about that. Polymorph, sir rightly told. These polymorphs, when becomes changing in the one system to another system, it may become what is not required to you. With respect to, since it's not only safety with respect to human, the safety of product and those which are going in outside the world, outside means from India to abroad. If we are writing manufactured by and manufactured for, the label requirements, when your power resumes, you again see what the printer is giving. Because in several incidences we found it is a problem of printer which is not giving intended details. Proofreading. Maintenance of delta P, that is one room to another room pressure gradients, because one room is having one product, potent product, another room is having different potent product, and mixing of two products due to not maintenance of delta P, the engineering people knows, it may give another product which is not desired, which is not required. Sir rightly said proper earthing of the equipments, but what we found during one of the inspection, the earthing was proper, but the wire was not proper. It was loosed. So every day, what are the requirements, prohibition of electronic gadgets, proper and different working of hydrant points, frequency of your mock drill. Sir rightly said, he is ready to give his services for the training of the employees, those who are working in your organization. So you take care of that. Regular and effective calibration of pressure gauges. We know the MIC, methyl isocyanide, Bhopal gas tragedy. What was happened? Prayer for rain. There is a movie also, you can watch. It's a Hindi movie, maybe dubbed in Telugu also, sir. I don't know. Monitoring of polymorphs, dispensing of correct materials. When I was in industry, I also worked in industry. So instead of sunset lake color, this is color used for the coating. Something was different name. It's similar to Supra lake was dispensed. So the whole batch will spoil, but due to the awareness of the employee, it was stopped. So that is also a safety point. Sampling environment as per the requirements. We are doing sampling of sterile products in non-sterile environment. It will not give anything to the product. Exothermic reactions. We must see the requirements of exothermic reactions. The presence of chillers around that. Training to the employee. Refresher training is also needed. Verification of balance on daily basis. Because if balance is not giving proper readings, we may dispense more quantity or less quantity, which is again a problem for the product. Overall, we have to reduce one thing because it's a good platform for me to say my voice. We have to reduce re-imports also. Because frequently we are giving NOC on base of the LG, letter of guarantee, which is being done on behalf of President of India. So we should reduce that letter of guarantee, and we have to remove this also. The wind direction, a flag is needed, but in some industries it's not available. You please take care of that also. And communication gaps are also important pillars for this. We should take care of communication gaps. The employees should be treated in their own language. Our SOPs, our systems should be in that centric, where the employee can understand what we want to say to him. And in last, thanks, one slogan is that safety is not expensive. It's priceless. Shortcuts may cut our life. And in this room also, when I entered, first I saw where is the fire exit. Thank you very much. Good day.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Vinay. I think the regulatory cannot be disassociated with all the other fields in any manufacturing environment. And especially the revised schedule also denotes a lot of regulatory requirements which pertain to the proper manufacturing practices, and I think it's a way to go. We'll definitely have a detailed interaction with you and your senior colleague, Mr. Dr. Narendran also. I told him. In fact, DCJ was very happy, the Control General of India, when I personally told him this is a different topic, but it needs attention of all the manufacturers, because all the doyens of heads of Pharma, Dr. Murali Krishna Reddy, Dr. Jayant Karajgi, Dr. PRB Reddy, most of the Damodaran, Dr. Suresh. I think these are all heads of manufacturing in multiple companies. I profoundly thank and recognize the presence of Dr. Reddan Garu, who is the founder, president of Federation of Asia Biotic Association. Please, sir, and thank you very much for honoring our request to come over here. And during the day, we'll also interact with you. So with that, I request our next important speaker, the regulator once, and then the policy maker now, the Director General of Pharmaxil, Mr. Rajbhanu Garu. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Chakravarti Garu. You look more handsome than what you have shown to us in the photograph. Before, even it is 40 years ago. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chair, Shiv Prasad Reddy Garu, Vice Chairman Gautam Reddy Garu, Convener Chakravarti Garu, and my colleague Dr. Vinay from the CDSCO, and of course today's chief guest, Sri Nag Reddy Garu, guest of honor Nikhil Chakravarti Garu, Rajgopal Garu, and other distinguished guests on, I think, Bhishma Pitamaha, Sri Anil Kumar Epuri Garu, and the doyens of the industry here. Very good morning and namaste. I try to justify myself to stand before you from the as a part of the Pharmaceutical Export Promotion Council of India. I'm as a Director General under the aegis of Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. And of course, today, as we all know, that the conference is something, I think, export of 10 billions, even not even a 10 millions kind of a thing. And now we are almost like a 30 billion kind of industry, and looking forward for by 2030, almost like a sort of a 65 to 70 billions, and of course an industry of 130 billion, and by 2047, which is again a very ambitious target of 450 billions and 450 billions kind of a thing. But why I'm trying to tell all these things is that I think this is one of the thrust areas for the Government of India in terms of its, in terms of the sector, in terms of the employment it generates, and in terms of its contribution to the Indian GDP. And that way, I think probably this is one of those important sector which we are looking forward. And what better than a place like Hyderabad when we are dealing with this one? I think we all know that. I think it is, in fact, is a distinct honor for me to be here today for this Confederation of Indian Industries, which has chosen this topic, the pillars of protection. And the conference, especially as we gather, I said that in Hyderabad, a true hub of India's pharmaceutical prowess. And we all know that Hyderabad is otherwise, and in this part of this globe, is known for its IT, BT, and of course PT. So in fact, the IT is also there in hand in hand it goes with the biotechnology and as well as the pharmaceutical technology. On behalf of PharmExcel, I extend my sincere gratitude for this invitation to address such a distinguished audience. I think there are very technocrats over here. And the theme, which we all know, that the forging a safer future for pharma and chemical manufacturing, resonates very deeply with the PharmExcel's mission. Our industry, the pharmaceutical industry, is very unique, and we are in the business of saving lives. We all know that improving health and alleviating suffering. But with this profound responsibility comes an equally profound obligation to ensure that our operations, the very process by which we create these life-saving medicines, are conducted with the highest standards of safety and environmental stewardship. I think my friend Vinod has already brought some of our memories, which are in the 80s and all, with the tragedy of Bhopal, and of course that methyl isocyanate, and of course the latest by our Rajgopalji, which has mentioned with the LG polymers in Vizag and all, the styrene and all. These are those gases which really, we all know that somehow it will really very, very fatal in that sense. Of course, some of those leaks which we all know that in the chemical, in our own pharmaceutical industries, in the labs also, I think when we deal with the nitrogen, I think the nitrogen purging which we do in the injectable preparations and all, if there is a leak and all, and if there is no chance of moving around and there is no chance of escaping, I think there is it proves a very safety hazard for our own people who are working there. I think this has happened in our own, one of our industries over here. I don't want to bring it to that a specific topic on that, but I think these are some of those very pertinent points which we are trying to put it in our mind. I think in my own career of 3 decades in the drug industry, I mean drug administration and all, we have come across some of those issues. Of course, many of those things Rajgopalji has already mentioned, that with respect to the safety, as with respect to the boilers and all, and with respect to the static electricity and all, we have seen because my last posting was in Vizag, and I know that some of those with the static electricity, how it really causes havoc when you just transferring a material from one to the other, and if you, though in spite of a lot of training by the industry and all, but at the nick of the moment, if you just can't stick to those SOP, I think probably you will be losing the life. And I think somewhere, I think probably the technology should be in a position to predict some of those things and all. It should prevent that kind of a thing, preempt those things and all. I think probably in these today's sessions and all, I think probably a lot of churning will go into that one, and what are those technologies are in place where we could able to predict those things and can save one of those important lives and all. And I have seen one of those industry where I think everything has gone well, and this particular, what you call the boiler or whatever it may be, it was in a horizontal one, not a boiler, it of course sort of this one, and it was in a horizontal one, and only thing, the scaling which is there inside and all, it has to be scrapped. And the person has entered into it and tried to scale it up, and suddenly it's a huge, as a, what you call, pads and all, they have just fallen on that person, and he was just got into that. It was a very heated one and all, and could not, I mean, these are all some of those expected things, and for that, I think probably you should not venture with a human one. There should be some other technology where you can able to do that and all things. And so is with the other things and all we have seen, and I think Rajgopalji has already mentioned some of the recent incidents in Hyderabad itself. I think because of one electrical somewhere shortage and all, the entire industry must have got gutted and all. And of course now there are lot of safety measures which are come. The spark which generates, I think there is a system where the oxygen can be completely eliminated from that place, and it can be sucked out of that, and suddenly it will get dosed off. So these are some of the systems which are there already in place, I think, where you need not use those sprinklers kind of things and all. I think so on and so forth, you keep going and working on those aspects, I think definitely it will help us understand what is going on and all, because the safety, whether it is because of a machine or because of a men. Anything which will really create all those nonsense and all. So I think the topic which I have chosen today for this one, and as we all know that the global landscape of pharmaceutical manufacturing is evolving very rapidly, and we are witnessing increasing scrutiny from international regulatory bodies. And I think, as I said, that I just landed yesterday from US, from Bio International Conference and all. ఏదో అంటారు చూసారా, చల్లున్నా చలిజ్వరం వచ్చినా కానీ చక్రవర్తి గారు పిలిస్తే పరిగెత్తు రావాలి. ఇదొక ప్రాబ్లం మాకు, ఏం చేయాలి ఇక్కడ, అదొకటి అనమాట. సో ఐ థింక్ I'm still sleepy, but somehow I could able to manage. And of course, as I said, that the international regulatory bodies have a greater consumer awareness. Of course, this is also one of the aspects I think they are demanding in that way. And ethical manufacturing, the growing emphasis, ethical manufacturing, what I said, I think Rajgopal has very rightly mentioned, even if there is a child labor in your industry, I think some of your these things, what you call the orders can go. And growing emphasis on sustainability. These are very important things and all. I think the ESG norms which are coming and all. In this context, EHC and operational safety are no longer just your tick box, check box and all. They are fundamental pillars of competitiveness, reputation, and ultimately the long-term viability of our industry. And of course, the kind of trust we have already built over the years in the global scenario, in the global arena for our pharma industry, I think probably we have to still keep the flag going high on that way. So PharmExcel as apex body for the promotion of Indian pharmaceutical exports recognizes that our global standing is intrinsically linked to our commitment to safety. I think this is where we can establish and say to the world that we just not care about our quality and commitment at home. Brand India in the global pharmaceutical area. Couple of minutes, sir.
Oh, sir, we can interact later.
That's what I will. Integrated approaches are there, regulatory compliance, embracing technology, of course, a cultivate which has already emphasized the sustainability of green manufacturing. That I think this is one of those topics which is coming in a big way, the green chemistry and all. So in this conference, timely and critical initiative by the CII, I really congratulate the management and the directors of PharmExcel. I assure you that our continued commitment supporting the Indian pharmaceutical safety, every aspect of operations, we can indeed.
Regulatory aspects, and finally, occupational hazards and EHS. All the three we have deliberated with experts. And before that, none other than Dr. Nagiredi Garu, after this coffee break also, he personally wanted to present the keynote also. And Jayant Karajgi also will present on the regulatory aspect. And that will be detailed, will be discussed also through the deliberations of the panel discussions. We definitely have B2B interactions with both the drug regulators and also the PharmExcel Director General, you yourself, in the coming days. And once again, my sincere thanks to you for this coming at a short notice immediately after coming from Boston. In fact, the other gentleman, Dr. Madan Mohan Reddy, a very close friend, is one of the owners of the Aurobindo. He was to present here. I should not announce on the stage, but he went along with Mr. Ramprasad Reddy, chairman, to close a very, very big deal. It will be announced, and Mr. Chakravarti also will be happy to know that afterwards. It's a big acquisition. So unfortunately, he could not come. Dr. Shyamkant Giri is the MD CEO of Gland Pharma. Just now informed somebody, a close relative, died in his family. I think these are all unforeseen circumstances, but nevertheless, They wished us, including Dr. Parthasareddy garu. Yesterday I spoke to him that this initiative is taken up by CII, and he deputed his colleagues, senior colleagues, PRB Reddy garu, and a host of people from his group of companies. My sincere thanks to all of them. And next, not wasting much of time, in fact, we invite our guest of honor, Mr. Nikhil Chakravarti. He is holding a pivotal position held by all our predecessors like Karikala Vallan Garu, Anantaramu Garu, Jayesh Ranjan, and all the people, Rajat Kumar. So now he is in a hot seat as a Director of Industries, Commissionerate of Industries, Government of Telangana. Mr. Nikhil is a civil services IA and AS officer of 2014 cater, serves as the director here, as I told you, with a robust background in financial management and public administration. He brings a strategic oversight to the Telangana's industrial development, fostering growth in sectors like manufacturing, textiles, mining, and biotechnology. Mr. Chakravarti career began with the roles of Controller Auditor General of India, CAG, where he honed expertise in auditing and financial governance also. In fact, it's a double whammy. One person who knows on both sides, heading the industries department is a boon for us. He has just taken over last week only his position. We are very happy to listen to his guest of honor address. Over to you, Nikhil.
Dignitaries on the stage, industry leaders, experts, regulatory body representatives, and all the stakeholders present here. Very good morning to you all. First of all, I would like to congratulate the CII for bringing in such a important topic on industrial safety, especially in chemical and pharma industry. I congratulate the chairperson, vice chair, convener, because Telangana, as you know, pharma along with IT is a backbone for our economy, Telangana's economy. And what better occasion and what better planning than the working on this industrial safety in this backbone industry for our state. I'm proud, in fact, to represent the Department of Industries here from the Government of Telangana. First of all, I would like to say that before, from my side, before being MBA, before being the civil servant, I did my bachelor's from pharmaceutical sciences. So I find myself very much surreal to be part of this again, and an industry which I read way back, and now being part of it, I'm little excited and for this opportunity, and thank the government for giving me this opportunity to be the Director of Industries again. And I would be more than welcoming to help the industry in its endeavors to reach the global heights. As you know, Hyderabad and government and Telangana state is a forefront in this pharma and biotech fields. Compliance, with respect to compliance, we are already a world-class ahead. As I was talking to Mr. Chakravarti here, it was told that around more than 1/3 of global FDA facilities are in India, and almost 40 to 50% of FDA facilities are in this city, in and around this city, in this state. So with respect to compliance to regulatory practices and all, we are already in world-class setup. As you know, we are also implementing many other acts, for suppose Factories Act or Environment Protection Act, Drugs and Cosmetics Act, even the clean rooms, GMP practices, everything we are already well ahead, and we are world-class ahead. So at this moment, I would like to say it's not just compliance as a matter of a rule. It should be part of our DNA, and many of our industrial leaders are already are showing that by example. So apart from that, we need to it's a continual process. Compliance is not just a single time thing, it's a continual process. We have to improve upon day by day, so that as the world changes as the world grows, even our industry has to step it forward. So with the regular audits, with the regular documentation processes, trainings to the staff and all, we need to improve this, and we should also keep it in mind. This compliance is a continual process. Apart from that, going by the topic with respect to the industrial safety standards, coming to the risk assessment part, even we have to be very proactive in our evaluation strategies, in our techniques with respect to potential dangers in this industry. There are many other techniques, like HAZOP, that is the hazard and operability study, what if analysis, failure mode and effects analysis, or the bow tie diagrams. All the industry leaders, you are aware of this, but implementing them for risk assessment in the industries, in the manufacturing practices, so that we'll potentially identify the root causes and pathways for such potential incidents, thereby mitigating the disasters is very crucial. And I would request all the industry leaders also to take forward these initiatives in these risk assessment methods in future. Similarly, once the risks are already identified, establishing a hierarchy of controls in place with respect to whether elimination of the hazard or the substitution with another materials, or in the engineering controls, all these has to be very much put in place. Despite all these risk assessment methods, everything in place, there are still chances, as we have seen in many previous unfortunate events, there are still chances of some or the other accident keep happening. So with that, despite our best efforts, we need to keep in mitigation strategies in place, whether with respect to emergency response planning, or the real-time gas and chemical leak detection systems in place, or the firefighting infrastructure, or automatic shut-off valves, or interlock systems. All these, and business continuity and disaster recovery protocols, all these have to be kept in place along with the risk assessment and also as part of the mitigation strategies. At this moment, I can't emphasize enough on the mock drills, evacuation procedures, and the first aid training that we need to regularly conduct, mainly biannual, not just to check on compliance box, but genuinely prepare our workforce, as Mr. Director of Factories was already saying, and other regulatory expert was already saying. We need to prepare our workforce. We need to, not just on the technology front and all. Similarly, the technology. Technology is our savior now. It is also transforming all other industries. Also, it plays a crucial role in our transforming safety also. In this regard, I would like to, yesterday, the senior management in the government had held a big experience with for all the senior management here on artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. I find it heartening to say that the same technology can be utilized here as well, whether it is IoT of sensors, Internet of Things of sensors, wherein for real-time monitoring of the temperature, pressure, and gas leaks, and also drones, like one of the eminent speaker was saying, you cannot enter the blast furnace, the inside unit. We can utilize drones for inspecting those confined spaces and high-risk spaces instead of sending a manual way. Also, digital twins to stimulate and test scenarios, to simulate and test scenarios without risking lives. And also, we can use augmented reality as well for safety training and hazard walkthroughs. All these, because as you know, you are aware, these are our industry's leaders, our country's biggest pharma and chemical companies are here in Hyderabad. If you pioneer in adopting these technologies, it will showcase a real-world example to the others in the industry, and will foresee our future in a better way to the workers and the lives also. Also, to conclude, as Mr. Chakravarti was already saying, safety is not a department, it's a culture. So in that regard, in the pharmaceutical and chemical industry, many lives depend on this our responsibility and how we take our responsibility seriously. So every near miss reported, every safety protocol implemented, every drill conducted will contribute contribute to building a resilient, responsible, and future-ready industry. And with this, I would like to thank CII once again. And let's take our commitment to the higher level, not just to avoid penalties, but towards protecting lives also. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Nikhil Chakravarti, the dynamic Director of Industries, the Government of Telangana. We'll be interacting more with you as my chairman, Mr. R.S.P. Reddy Garu, who is also the champion of MSME cause in Telangana. We'll be more and more interactions with you in the coming days on various issues. And anyways, despite your schedule, busy schedule, you came. I think you told me to leave at 11:30. You had to leave also. But definitely, we owe a lot to you for coming all the way and giving your kind message to us. Thank you very much once again. So before we call our chief guest, Sri Nagareddy Garu, I request our mentor, Mr. Anil Kumar, just to give 2 minutes to give his message also before we call him. And in the meanwhile, I can request Mr. Sami to arrange for this and the souvenirs also we can have distribute to the under this days. Can you advise somebody there?
Thank you, Chakravarti Garu. A very good morning to all of you. Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, distinguished speakers, eminent delegates, and members of the press and media. One of the major Indian success stories is the international status of the Indian pharma and chemical sectors. This status is only going to grow further, and it is definitely there that we are going to be dominating these two sectors in the near future. In order not to jeopardize this growth, these two sectors need to not only maintain quality and be cost competitive, but need to also meet the stringent environmental and safety standards. And there can be no compromise whatsoever on these. Especially the ESG goals and safety standards are becoming so inbuilt into the systems in the West that if we want to be part of their chain, we have no option but to comply with them in complete. I'm very happy this conference is thus very apt and timely. I'm sure that with the distinguished speakers present today, we will also gain a lot of knowledge and where do we have to go. My compliments and thanks to the distinguished speakers and to Mr. Chakravarti Garu, to the CII team, and to all the delegates who are here together. I do hope that all of you will find this session to be extremely knowledgeable and beneficial to all of us. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Can I? Yeah, you keep giving to. We have published a conference souvenir also, in which the host of experts, their details are prescribed in all the souvenirs with a couple of articles. We also wanted you to make use of it for giving your thoughts also. I request Nagareddy Garu to unveil this along with all the guests. Thank you. People who are attending this, who are non-members of CII also can have a glimpse of what CII is doing in this souvenir. We mentioned about the CII and its activities, Center of Excellences. We have multiple the benefits why we have to join CII also. The host of deliberations, what we have in this important conference immediately after this coffee break. So Nagireddy Garu will give his very briefly for just a few minutes, since he has a great presentation later on after the coffee break. So the CII Telangana, along with my chairman, director, and the past chairman and my colleagues, and the vice chairman, Mr. Gautam, heartily welcome the chief guest, Sri Y. Nagireddy Garu, IPS. He's a highly decorated officer, currently serving as the Additional Director General of Police of Telangana State, leading the Disaster Response and Fire Service Department with an illustrious career spanning over 3 decades in Indian Police Service. He is known for his leadership, operational acumen, and unwavering commitment to public safety. In 1970 born and hailing from Naginipro village, Bhadradri, Kottagudem district, Telangana, Sri Nagireddy Garu holds a master's in science, very much into this, and he was into the civil services, IPS in 1997, was promoted to the rank of additional DGP later on in 2022. Throughout his distinguished service, he has held numerous official positions, including Superintendent of Police in Srikakulam, Kadapa, all over undivided Andhra Pradesh. He has played pivotal roles in elite units such as Greyhounds and served distinction in TSSCEB, TSSP, and various regional police zones. Sri Nagireddy Garu is a recipient of the several prestigious national honors, including Police Medal for Gallantry 2003, Antrik Suraksha Seva Medal 2004, Indian Police Medal for Meritorious Service 2013, Ulkshit Seva Padak 2022. There are a host of other awards, I'm not reading it. His strategic leadership, crisis management capabilities, and commitment to the service excellence in law enforcement and disaster response. When I invited him personally on behalf of CII, he was, despite his other schedules, he accepted this invitation because he also considered it as such important occasion and important initiative on behalf of CII also. He will deliver his few remarks, the inaugural address, a few minutes, but later on we'll connect with him after the coffee break. Over to you, sir, the Chief Guest Nagireddy Garu.
Thank you. Good morning to all of you. Chairperson Sri Shiv Prasad Reddy Garu, Convener Chakravarti Garu, Vice Chair, dignitaries on the dais, and learned pharma entrepreneurs and technocrats of pharma. So I'm really happy that somebody is talking about safety in the industry. So during last 2.5 years, I've been in the fire department. This is the second occasion where pharma people are talking about the fire safety in the pharma industry. Now, I believe at one is at the plan. During the planning, whether you plan for safety of the people and of course safety of the industry also. Now, I don't know whether the story is correct or not. The people say that the Americans, when they build a fighter jets, they put the pilot first and then build the aeroplane, fighter plane later. Whereas the Russians, they build the plane first and then make a place for the pilot. Now, whether the Indian industry is in between or the Western style or, Russian style, I don't know, but I believe it is somewhere in between. Now, during planning, so we come across a number of applications for the NOC. I'm not really interested in NOC business. But the thing is whether you have provided fire safety measures or not. And then apart from other safety measures related to industrial safety and other issues. Now, as per the Fire Act of 1999, the State Fire Act, there are two sections of the Fire Act which talks about the fire safety in different types of the buildings. In section 13, it is related to NOC, where people have to take NOC before and then after building a building or industry. Now, their NOC procedure is given where 15 meters and above is the high-rise building, and some other buildings require NOC, provisional NOC, and then occupancy NOC. Whereas the section 19 of the Fire Act says that every builder has to provide for fire safety measures and maintain them in good repair condition. So this is the requirement, but it is largely left to the individual discretion and individuals, voluntary compliance of the individuals, whether it is individual houses, commercial buildings, or industries. So that is where the planning comes. My request to all of you, whether you have built or you are going to build, so whenever you plan for an industry, you plan for the fire safety also. Fire safety includes fire safety, life safety, and then fire protection measures in the building. Now, the second thing is while building, now whether you have executed the building plan, industrial plan as you have planned, including fire safety measures or not. Now, we come across large number of buildings with small deviations, sometimes major deviations. Now, I think maybe a year ago, we came across some occupancy NOC for a building, I think apartment complex or commercial complex, I don't remember, that the inspection team, they reported that there is a pillar that is in the landing in the staircase. Okay. Now, we don't know how it came to that place. Nobody can even imagine that a pillar in the staircase. Now, I don't know what kind of measures there. I think he had to build another staircase, that kind of issue happened. So, while executing, one should think about the plan you made and then execute as per the plan. Now, I'll give one example of this kind of thing. There was one fire incident recently in last 6 months, I think. There's one SVS fab in Balnagar area where they make all the polymer bags for industrial use. I think it's a very good factory with very high capacity. The factory burnt for 3 days. That is the quantity of material that was available in the thing. So when I was interacting with the owner and then operator of that thing, they said they have planned, they have kept all the firefighting systems. Only thing is they have not switched on. So that is where, the execution part also comes to an important issue while maintaining the factory in a fire safe and of course life safety conditions. Now the third thing is operation and maintenance. So this is where a large number of incidents will be happening. A lot of speakers also spoke about it. I'll give one example related to operation and maintenance. Long ago, when YSR was here, he visited East Godavari, that time district collector and CM. They were traveling in while returning from some program, they had to use the ONG's, I think, Reliance chopper. So most of the Reliance oil wells are basically manned by the Europeans, including their aircrafts. Now, it was late, and then CM wanted to rush back very quickly. Then, so he told collector to tell this fellow to rush. So then the pilot and then co-pilot, somebody who got into the aircraft, particularly this small one, choppers, they will understand that co-pilot says one, some switch, then say yes. So I think they were doing something 25 to 30, such switching on, Then pilot will say yes. So everything was check, yes, check, yes, check, yes. And until that process is over, they have not taken off. Now the CM, YSR said to the collector, మన వాడైతే ఎంత ఫాస్ట్గా వెళ్ళిపోతాడు అని. Now you know what happened later. Now whether it is industry or VIP or a common man, it doesn't matter. One has to follow the process of industrial safety. Then only the industries will be safe, not only with respect to the individuals who are working and then staying there, but also with respect to the industry itself, the machines, the material that is available in the industry. Now, you treat this industrial safety as a kind of insurance, that if you take care of this insurance, if you put little money, not much, it is the price between number 1 and number 2 kind of material. Number 1, number 2, in the olden days, people say that number 1 type of dal is this much, 100 rupees, number 2 is like 95 rupees. That 5% variation will be there, but it will make the industry safe. And then people working there safe, and then of course, you will be doing a good business. So with this few thoughts, I thank for this opportunity to talk to you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your invaluable message as a chief guest of this day, and we'd like to hear more from you anyways. And with that, I request our Vice Chairman, Mr. Gautam Reddy Garu, very quickly in 2 minutes, give his vote of thanks so that we'll conclude this inaugural session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chakravarti garu, for giving this. You have heard wonderful views from a lot of speakers that safety is not a choice, safety is a must. And safety is a way of life, safety is a culture, and safety has to be put ahead of everything. And I think very wonderfully summed up by our chief guest, planning, execution and operation of safety measures is a very, very important thing to go forward. This said, with one concluding remark, I'd like to conclude the whole thing. EHS is not an EHS head's job. Safety is not an EHS head's job. It's a managing director's job. That's the key thing. If it is not headed by the managing director or CEO, the importance is not given. And that should be the summary message that should be taken. And managing director, just to sum up, is the one who manages the directors and directs the managers. And he has to take care of this function. And we have heard a couple of things about UCIL, which always will come up when safety is an issue. You'll be surprised to note, 41 years after the accident, as of today, the waste was still lying inside the premises. And because people didn't know how to handle that material. Very recently, I'm proud to say, this material has been transported and disposed of at the Pitampura facility, but it has taken 41 years to take care of any issue that happens of that scale. With that, I'd like to conclude this session to thank all the participants for coming here and take back the wonderful message and try to implement these measures. I'd like to thank each and every speaker for taking time and coming here, and don't want to name everybody and spend everybody's time here. Thank you all very much for being here.
Thank you, sir. With that, we conclude this inaugural session. We'll break for a quick coffee, and we come back around 12:05 or something like that. We have wonderful sessions lined up. Say 12 noon, yes.
and Chemical Manufacturing. And also a special thank you to Chakravarti Garu for giving Messe Munchen India the opportunity to be an event partner at this prestigious conference. So I'm here with my colleague, Ms. Leonara, and I will be presenting to you about Analytica Lab India and Pharma Pro and Pack Expo, the two mega events which are upcoming in the month of September in Hi-Tech's Exhibition Center, Hyderabad, from 18th to 20th of September. Before I begin with my presentation, I'd like to quickly ask, how many of you sitting here have heard about Analytica Lab India and Pharma Pro and Pack Expo? Can I just have a quick show of hands if possible? Okay, that's great. It's good to see that here people do know about the exhibition. But for those who don't know about it, I'm just going to take you through the journey of Analytica Lab India and Pharma Pro and Pack Expo, the largest trade fair in the region for pharmaceutical packaging and processing machineries, analytical and lab equipments. Before that, I would just like to give you an overview about Messe Munchen India, who we are, okay. We were founded in 2007. We are a subsidiary of Messe Munchen GmbH, which is headquartered in Munich, Germany. And we conduct over 150 exhibitions worldwide. We have 20 trade fairs in India, which is across different verticals, mainly pharma, electronics, construction, and many more. Our purpose at Messe Munchen India, our goal goes beyond just organizing exhibitions. Our mission is to enable meaningful handshakes and unlock real business opportunities. And with that in mind, we are excited to bring two mega events right here to the Pharma Hub of India, which is Hyderabad. So just giving you an overview, once again, I would like to highlight on the dates, which is 18th to 20th of September. It's happening in Hi-Tech's Exhibition Center, the largest ever exhibition in Hyderabad, which will be spanning across 7 halls with featuring 650 plus exhibitors and covering over 50,000 square meter of gross exhibition space. As you can see, both the exhibitions are happening on the same day. It's co-located event, same day, same venue, bigger than ever. Next is the exhibition overview, which I've already given to you. We have 7 halls covering every inch of space available in Hi-Tech's Exhibition Center. To let you know, this is the largest exhibition ever being conducted in Hyderabad. Not just, I mean, it is the largest. There's no exhibition as big as this which has happened in Hyderabad, and I'm glad to inform you that it's in the pharma domain. 650 plus exhibitors who will be showcasing leading pharma innovations, 10,000 plus products on display, 50,000 plus square meter of space, and 40% new exhibitors who will be participating for the first time ever in any exhibition. What that tells us is that there will be 40% of new exhibitors showcasing new products and technologies which are not seen in any exhibition. There are international participation also. We have exhibitors from various countries who will be participating. There are 120 plus products, new innovations which will be launched at the exhibition. We also have a dedicated software and international pavilion with accompanying programs like conferences, road shows, Career Connect program, which was conducted last year in association with FABA. This is a layout overview. So what we have done is, we have segregated this into 2 parts, hall 1 to 4, and a part of 7 will be analytical and lab equipment solutions, which will be on display. And the other side of it, which is from Hall 5 to a part of Hall 5, Hall 6, and part of Hall 7, which will be showcasing pharma processing and packaging machineries. Now, the other part is who should be attending this exhibition. This is for everyone in the industry, whether you're involved in the early stage of research or end-of-line packaging. You'll find solutions and technologies that will help you in your daily operations. You can see the department's designations who can attend this exhibition. It is for everyone. Moving forward, some of the leading brands who would be here, I'm sure you would be using their products, their technologies already in your day-to-day operations. Some of the brands I would like to call out like ACG, EMA, Romelag, Neutronic, Metler. You name any brand, I'm sure that will be available in your plants. They all are going to be present here along with new exhibitors as well, showcasing their products. Then we have the key visiting companies. We already have thousands of visitors attending the exhibition. Some of them include key companies, which are already here, and they come to explore the latest technologies, which helps them to streamline their operations, enhance efficiency, and mainly optimize cost across their manufacturing and R&D process. Moving forward, one of the most important part of our exhibition is the conferences. Like CII has organized this learning platform, we ourselves do organize some conferences along with our partner associations, FABA, IPA, Pharma State Academy, to name a few, mainly to cover the industry pain points and the topics that needs to be addressed, along with dignitaries, speakers from the pharma industry itself. The next most important part of our exhibition is our advisory committee. Some of them are already here. So they have been a key part of our success. These are industry experts who help us understand the real needs and pain points of professionals like you and guide us in making the event more meaningful and impactful. Like I already mentioned that some of them are also a part of the panel today. We would like to thank them for their contribution to this event. Before I end, I'd like to show you a short video of our 2024 edition, just a glimpse of what happened last year and what you can expect in 2025. Can we have the video, please?
Really, we should appreciate we can visualize what type of hard work they might have done to meet all these exhibitors to make sure that they are here. And then the Hyderabad is going to be, and really it is going to be benefited for due to this exhibition. I'm told this is the largest show ever, not just in pharmaceutical related shows, but any shows in high-tech in Hyderabad. The theaters like India Lab Expo bring in various technologies and analytical areas like manufacturing and packaging, and bring in one platform to demonstrate the improvements in the instruments aspect, software aspect, and the technology aspects.
I hope the video helped you to understand what you will find at the exhibition. So I would not take much time, and I would like to conclude. So thank you all for your time and attention. I invite each one of you along with your teams to join us from 18 to 20th September at High-Tech Exhibition Center, Hyderabad, for the largest exhibition for pharma process